These are your evening headlines for February 11th, 2026, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Kimber Pierce. The Rexburg Community Theatre has a show hitting their stage next week. An abbreviated version of the stage play, The Importance of Being Earnest, opens for the Rexburg Community Theatre next week on Friday, February 20th. Rob Hibbard, co-founder of the theatre, is excited for what the show holds in store.
Well, Earnest is a British manners comedy. And what that means is that it's kind of making fun of how snobbish the Brits have been in their history. Okay, so it's set in it's not really the Victorian area, but really close to that. And so it's a period piece, and it's just they're making fun of being so proper and being so formal, like they were in those days. And it's really funny.
The show is an Oscar Wilde play and has a reputation for its dry British humor.
Okay, there's not a lot of slapstick involved. It's all in the language and the characters.
Hibbard says he has personally seen Ernest half a dozen times already, but something makes this show different than past versions. In order to fundraise for the community theater, Ernest is a dinner and a show. For $30, audience members will be placed at a nice table and served dinner and dessert while they watch the abridged version of the play.
So we're trying to do some well-known plays, but maybe less long and other things so that people will come out and support us and have a good show.
Hibbard says production for the show is going well, with the mostly college student cast off-book and excited.
Oh, they're having a good time. Our directors are basically college-age guys, too. And so they're all having a really good time together.
Hibbard is excited too, and says he knows the audience will love a big reveal at the end.
And then right almost at the very end, you find out who he really is. And it's just a sweet and very hilarious moment.
The show opens at 7 p.m. Friday, February 20th, and runs through the 23rd. The shows will be at the VFW building in Rexburg. The low levels of snow this winter have impacted local ski resorts in different ways. Jack Esplin has the story.
Our snow drought has affected several area ski resorts in a variety of ways, including Kelly Canyon. Nate Hugentobler is the director of guest services at Kelly Canyon. He says the levels are lower than normal.
Natural snow this year, we're only looking at like 12 to 18 inches total. Oh, it's super, super, super low. I'd say on average, probably around like 60 to 70 inches. We're hurting bad this year.
It hasn't been a winter locals are used to. Warmer temperatures and lower snowfall have made people wonder if there's any snow at all on the mountains for skiing.
Daily ticket sales are down. Season pass sales, usually we're selling them all through the season. Those have dropped off a little bit too. It feels like people are turning their hearts and minds toward spring and giving up a little bit on winter.
Sam Whitlock is the director of revenue at Kelly Canyon. Whitlock tells people not to give up hope and that there is more snow on the mountain than they may expect.
The game that we're playing right now is a game of perception. So when people don't see snow, they just kind of forget about skiing. You open your door in the morning, you see that it hasn't snowed in town yet again. You think like, well, there's no snow. And then you do go up to Kelly Canyon, and a lot of the people that come up, I'll talk to them, they're like, oh my goodness, there's way more snow here than I thought. Just because you don't see snow at your house doesn't mean that there's not snow to ski on up here.
Kelly Canyon has machines that allow it to make its own snow, but covering large areas puts too much stress on the machines. Whitlock says the entire mountain has been open since the beginning of the year, but in order to keep all the trails open, they are hoping for more frequent and bigger snowstorms. To get tickets for Kelly Canyon, go to kellycanyonresort.com, or you can go to BYU-Idaho.edu and search Kelly Canyon for student and employee discounts. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Jack Esplin.
Students attending BYU-Idaho come from all backgrounds and have an eclectic taste in music. From country, rock, indie, and more, Rexburg's local bands cover it all. One local band made up of BYU-Idaho students is the Stone Popes. The Stone Popes are a self-described post-hardcore and emo rock band. Band vocalist Blake Johnson says they found their niche in Rexburg.
But there's a surprising subculture here of people who have like spiky hair and like blue hair. who come out in droves to see us. You really wouldn't expect it, but there's alternative people here.
All members of the Stone Popes come from different places and met at BYU-Idaho, brought together by their love of creating music. The band realizes that their style in music might not be what people expect when they think of BYU-Idaho. They hope to prove to music listeners that listening to unorthodox music genres and being a good person and diligent student don't have to be mutually exclusive.
To me, the essence of like punk rock is self-determination. And for a lot of punk rockers, that kind of means fitting into a very specific mold, ironically. But for us, we're about clean living and doing what we think is right and living by our own morals.
The Stone Popes try to play concerts monthly around Rexburg at various venues. On Friday night, the Stone Popes will play a concert at Fizz Riz in Rexburg to promote the release of their new EP. You can stream their music on Spotify. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for February 11th, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.